Good evening, everybody. I'm Kimberly Edwards with cookingwithkimberly.com. It's nighttime, it's dinner time, and tonight I am making chicken quarters. Now I'm going to show you guys how to bake them, okay? These bad boys take about an hour to do in the oven. And it's going to be on 375 degrees. I have my oven already preheated on convection if you have it. If not, just leave it on 375. It's all good. Don't stress. It's all good. 375 in the oven, okay? Now, these are defrosted. They've been washed, and they're a little bit moist because I want these crumbs to stick to it. Now, I'm going to use a flavored recipe. It's, it sounds like all exciting and whatever, but you can use other stuff too, guys. Like, this is a basic recipe. Like I said, these are just crumbs. You can use breadcrumbs. You can use whatever kind of crumbs you want. You can use different spices. So I'm just saying, this is one idea. You guys can have a lot of ideas, okay? So in this bowl, I have about 1.5 cups of tortilla chip crumbs. Now, I just made them myself. That's it. Simple stuff. So just like the rest of your bags of tortilla chips that you don't eat, you just throw them in your food processor, make some crumbs, and then you can use them for stuff like this, okay? Into this mixture, I'm going to put a little bit of adobo. That's probably about a teaspoon, okay? Now, adobo is a seasoning. It's it's just a seasoning. Go look for it, adobo, A-D-O-B-E, okay? And into that, I'm also putting some chipotle chili powder. Now, chipotle chili powder has a very distinct smell and taste. It's very smoky. So be aware, make sure you smell it so you know what you're dealing with before you go with it. That's about 1/4 teaspoon. Now, this is a spicy chili. I'm also going to add some ancho chili powder. Now, ancho chili powder isn't quite as spicy. In fact, it's not hardly as spicy at all. And it's almost like a little bit of a spicy raisin. That's what it smells like. That's kind of what it tastes like as well. But it has a nice little flavor. So I'm going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of that in here too. Just for some extra, zing. Into that also, I'm putting just some plain black pepper. Now, my tortilla chips had salt on them already. So there's a little bit of salt in here. But I'm going to add just a tiny bit more salt because nothing's worse than an unsalted chicken, correct? All right. And I think that's all I'm going to put in today. The rest of the chicken we'll just have to season it up, and that's all good. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up with my hands, okay? No big deal. There we go. I have tongs now because I don't want to touch everything with chicken stuff and salmonella hens and whatever. I have a cookie sheet, okay? I'm just going to spray it with nonstick spray. Don't stress. If you guys just have oil, just put some oil on it. It's okay. Grease it with like a paper towel or use like one of those basting brushes. One of these handy-dandy bad boys. Just put some oil on your cookie sheet, okay? So I'm going to use my tongs now. I'm going to pick up my chicken quarters. Now, a chicken quarter is actually just a thigh. A thigh, which I'm holding on to with the tongs. It's a drumstick right here that I'm holding with the tongs. And then over here, this is the thigh area. So when you buy thighs or you buy drumsticks, that's actually just cut in between. So a chicken quarter is just a thigh and a drumstick together, hasn't been cut apart yet. So into these crumbs they go, and I'm going to use my hands actually because they're not only are they your best tools, but I want to make sure that I get every little nook and cranny covered with these nice crumbs, okay? Totally try and stick them on. If it's not everywhere, don't stress. It's still going to be good. It's all good. And if you find that your chicken isn't quite, the crumbs aren't sticking, just like wet it under water right quick, okay? And that way it's got a little bit of wetness and that's going to hold on. Now I'm going to show you this. Now this is breaded now, right? See those beautiful crumbs on there? And onto the cookie sheet, I am placing it. I'm putting it with the skin side up just because I want that to reduce, like underneath I want that fat to just kind of ooze down. It's going to moisturize your meat. It's going to make it all nice and juicy. And then the skin is going to be nice and crispy. Got me? Yay us. So since I've already used my chickeny hands, in they go again. Do the exact same thing. I'm doing 3 chicken quarters this evening. That's it. If you need to do more, use a little bit more crumbs, use a little bit more seasonings. You're all set. Flip it over. Try and coat it as well as you can. All right. And then onto your cookie sheet. I'm going to repeat it again. I'm sorry. Then I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to throw it in the oven. Okay, just because I'm in time purposes here. I really need to get dinner done pretty quickly, but I don't want to babysit it the whole time. Got me? So this is something I get to throw in the oven. I'm going to check on it in 30 minutes, okay? Halfway through. So you're going to roast it approximately 1 hour. Okay, till it's nice and golden brown. The juices inside the chicken are running clear. Your trick to do that, grab yourself a nice little knife. Go between where I just showed you, the drumstick and the thigh, and you're going to stick it in. And when you do that, make sure that the juices that are oozing out through there are just clear. If they're pinky in any way, if they're red in any way, your chicken is still not done. Put it back in and let it go. Okay, so this is totally covered. They're beautiful right now. I wish I could take a picture, but I will take one after. Let me wash my hands, sit tight. Make sure that you're washing your hands in between. Don't touch anything else because chicken can have salmonella, and salmonella can make you very, very sick. Salmonella poisoning, you'll be in the hospital and stuff. Not cool at all, okay? So wash your hands and wash any surfaces that have touched the chicken with soap and water or disinfectant. Got me? All is well. So here we go. Here is my chicken. It's ready to go. No big deal. I just have them spread out. They're not touching. Into my oven they go. Timer for 30 minutes. Done. Okay. So now I'm kind of just chilling if I want to and making my side dishes. So these crumbs, don't use them for anything else at all. Please don't put them in hamburgers or do anything. Don't eat them. They have yucky juice on them. Throw it out. Don't even freeze it. Throw it out, okay? All right, so here's the deal. So everything's gonna go in there. Now it's in there. 30 minutes, 375, okay? Halfway through, you're gonna take your little flippers, your tongs, and you're gonna flip it over. You're gonna let it brown on the other side. Now, that's gonna go for probably, I'd say another 25 minutes, set your timer. And then I flip it back over so that nice skin side is on top again, and I just brown it just a little bit more that last 5 minutes. If I have to, if I want that, the skin to be even more crispy and more brown, without burning it, of course, you may throw it under your broiler for 2 or 3 minutes, babysitting it, checking it, making sure you're not destroying it. But 2 or 3 minutes at a time on high on the broiler. Just watch it, watch it, watch it. Want it nice and crispy. That's all. That's it. That's how you bake chicken quarters. Super simple, right? It took me 5 minutes to prepare that. You guys can do this. You totally can go in your kitchen. Be a champion. Try things. Try different seasonings. I could have put cumin. Excuse me. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Woo! All that chili powder. Okay. So you could have used all kinds of different seasonings. You could have used all different kinds of chili powders. You could use cumin. You could use garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, whatever. Okay, the sky's the limit. But I would try, if you're not used to experimenting with different flavors, try one kind of spice maybe with the crumbs and see how that goes. Of course, with salt and pepper. And that way you can really determine whether you like that or not. So that's it. That's all. I hope you guys go to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Go to the Facebook fan page. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. And YouTube, you can go watch all my shows. youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. There's a whole bunch of different playlists, so you guys can choose different things you want to look for. There's also different shows, different kinds of shows for different places on there as well from me. So that's it. The website's cookingwithkimberly.com. Come on over here. Interact with us. Let me know what's going on. And eat deliciously. Bye, guys. Night. Have a great dinner.